What's up, everybody? Jacqueline Cerrone here. I am mama to Elijah, mama to Ava, and today we're going to be talking about Elijah's story. So, how old are you, bud? How old are you? 5. Elijah is 5 years old. And we are sitting in the backyard, and I have been wanting to make this vlog for a very long time.
My eye.
Huh?
The eye.
Play outside. Yeah.
My baby, yeah. My baby, yeah. My baby, yeah.
Yeah. You're playing outside.
No, baby,
Your
here.
birthday?
Here.
Oh, you had your birthday here.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
My
You got Play-Doh?
but it, me done.
So if you haven't noticed yet,
Mom,
Elijah has... Yes.
me done.
Okay.
Mom,
You were jumping.
Yeah, my done.
Yeah, what do you have in your teeth?
Mom.
Kids. So if you haven't noticed yet, my little guy, he has a speech and language impairment. And we are at that age right now where everywhere we go, it's starting to feel like people are starting to stare. Like people are noticing. And when it was different when he was younger, and now it's like, oh, how old is he? And 5. Oh, 5. Yeah, 5. You know, so that's kind of like a little glimpse into what happens when we go out and about. But, you know, when he was born, we had absolutely no idea that he was going to be born with health issues. And he was born with a heart murmur and some, you know, he wasn't able to breathe. I remember when they took him out of me, I had a C-section. When they took him out of me, I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him crying. My husband had that little look on his face, like, what's going on? And they took him back and they said, you know, we're gonna take him to the back. He's having a little trouble breathing, and try to stay calm, right? So they took him to the NICU. And they were able to find out that he had a lot of fluid stuck in there, and he had a heart murmur. And because he had a heart murmur, they immediately checked his heart, and they found that he had a congenital heart defect. He had something called a bicuspid valve, and that is a bicuspid aortic valve. There was a narrowing in his aortic valve. And so my husband and I, when we first heard about this, we were like, what is that? And it was really scary, guys. I mean, this happened like literally the first 3 hours after birth, and my husband and I were very scared because they immediately told us that, hey, if they can't help us, then they're going to transfer him to Children's. And I remember just being so afraid. And when I talk about this, it just brings a lot of memories, because I feel like for the longest time, it was such a blur, because that little did we know that was just the beginning, right? We don't really think about what's to come. And fast forward, we were in the NICU for 4 weeks. By week 4, he still was not able to keep his saturations up. His heart rate kept dropping. His feedings weren't going well. When he was eating, his heart rate would drop. He would stop. His oxygen level would drop, and they'd have to give him oxygen. They medicated him for infections when they really didn't know what exactly was going on, except for the fact that he kept having these episodes. And so I said, you know what? I want you guys to scope him, because I kept hearing this sound it sounded like it was in his lungs. And the neonatologist, they kind of like rotated certain times. One of the neonatologists told me, oh, that's just laryngomalacia. Don't worry, it will be okay. And I'm like, what is that, right? So these episodes kept happening, and I said I would like for somebody to check out his lungs, his airways, because he sounds like he can't breathe, and he's having a hard time breathing. And so because they didn't really have the proper equipment to diagnose and to treat a child with laryngomalacia, they immediately were able to find out just from the consult that he had laryngomalacia.
Mom.
Yeah. And so laryngomalacia, can you say laryngomalacia?
Yeah.
How? Laryngomalacia. Say it's my airways.
Mom, go.
Your new school?
Yeah.
Yeah, new school, kindergarten.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the dark.
This is the Elijah show.
Mom,
Yes.
in my dada. New door.
New school, new friends, new bus,
Yeah, on my bed.
small class.
Yeah, no, B.
Big class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad eye.
You played outside.
Back here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In my wine.
Eat your lunch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Baba home.
Bus home.
But no. Mama
Mama picks you up
Mama
on your bus.
huh?
On your bus.
No in my eye.
Yes.
A dog. In my dog. Mama dog. Right home.
Right home.
Dog oh.
Oh, okay.
Mama dog oh.
You're such a natural.
Mommy wow
You
oh.
walk home.
Huh? Huh?
You walk home?
No.
No. I pick you up.
Me die.
You drive.
No mama.
Mama drives. Yeah.
My dog oh.
Oh my gosh.
Mama dog
Well,
oh.
so we were transferred
Mom,
via helicopter.
Mom.
Have you been on a helicopter
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
You have. You were a baby.
Yeah.
We went on the helicopter. We flew an hour away to Children's.
Mom,
It took
Mom,
us 15 minutes to
Mom,
get there
My hair. Your eye.
with the headphones.
Yeah. The dog. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the microphone.
Die.
He likes headphones. He's obsessed with headphones and microphones and things where he can play with and pretend he's talking to something. He's really good with his hands. He's super smart
Yeah.
and so
Mom,
friendly.
Mom.
So I remember getting out of the helicopter and it felt like an episode of Grey's Anatomy. All of these doctors were coming to us and I immediately felt this sense of everything is gonna be okay. Because it was really stressful. It was really stressful. My husband was taking care of our daughter and it's funny how things find a way to work themselves out and you know, you start to realize that God has a plan for everybody and whether it's not on our timetable or things are just not the way you expected, there's always a way for things to be okay. And I feel like that time in my life was the time that I learned about God. And I grew up going to private school. I did not go to church growing up, but my faith was really tested around that time. And I felt like Elijah was sent to me to teach me and to make me better. So I hope that makes sense. But along the way, you know, we were able to make it okay. The first year or two, it was scary because every night my husband and I would just be super aware of his breathing and afraid that he would pass out in his sleep. There were some nights that he even turned a little bluish on us and he would start retracting and we started to learn, you know, what the signs and the symptoms were and that we needed to elevate him when he was sleeping, which they don't even suggest for children who have SIDS. I guess it's always changing at that time, right? So along the way, the NICU, they follow up with you. When your child's in the NICU around here, they follow up a year later and then the next year. And the nurse immediately told me that my son was at risk for developmental delays. And I was sort of like in defense mode saying, how do you know? You don't know my kid. My kid's only 1 year old.
Right here.
Let me fix this. And so from there, we were immediately referred to Tri-County Regional Center. And they evaluated my son at such a young age and for such a scary time for us. And I remember feeling so stressed out. You're welcome. Oh, I remember feeling so stressed out and so overwhelmed that I started to lose myself. I started to lose myself in fear and self-doubt, and I felt like I wasn't being a good mom to Ava, my daughter, and to my son, and then I would take out my stress and my anger on my husband, and then same thing for him, except I feel like men hold it in differently, and so we were both stressed out, and we were stressed about money and co-pays added up and specialist after specialist and follow-ups and evaluations and appointments. And, you know, thankfully I didn't have to go back to work right away. And I was able to adjust my schedule at the salon because when you have a child who's sick, you're like, forget it, work is work. I don't need, I don't need to be at work, but I wanted to be because it was an outlet, and I felt guilty for that. But at the same time, wanting to be home and present for therapies was a blessing. And that's when I found fitness. I found fitness because I needed it. And I know that God sent this path to me so that I could become stronger, so that I can become healthier, so that I can have more energy for my kids, and so that I can just become the best version of myself. And it was that light and that outlet for me to realize that, you know what, I can be a busy mom and focus on my children, but I can also focus on myself. And that was a huge eye-opener for me. I was able to learn that I could work out at home when I was totally in denial about that. I had tried it before. I was never consistent. My DVDs were just dusty and put away. And I would go to the gym and it was never consistent, right? I would just kind of go to the machine to machine, and then the days that I would go with my child, it wouldn't last because he was so attached to me, and he didn't have, they didn't have the ability to be able to help him. They're like, your child's crying, and it was just really hard at that time. So I decided to try working out from home, and I was kind of in denial about, I could really get healthy and fit from home. But I was immediately hooked. My coach invited me to this group, and she invited me to this group because she saw that I had shared that I was feeling really overwhelmed and just stressed out and tired all the time. And I needed to at first it was about the weight for me. I wanted to lose 50 pounds. But realistically, this journey has taught me so much about the journey of self-love, about learning to give yourself some grace and learning to appreciate how far you've come, and knowing that it's okay to be you and be authentic and be a little vulnerable from time to time. And I was so afraid to share my journey. I was afraid to talk about the things that we were experiencing at home. But as I started to do it, I started to connect with more people, and I started to meet women who were going through the same thing as me. And so, here we are 5 years later. My son's 5, my daughter's 8. I'm barely putting out this blog. And I said to myself, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start putting out content and just sharing my life, and hopefully connect with other special needs moms on this journey, because when it comes to diagnoses, they're so black and blue. I mean, you can walk into a room and based on your child's score evaluation, they said that your child is likely this, and at the same time you're like, well, it was a bad day, or it's not that you're in denial, but it's just that, for example, they say that my child is outside the box, that he's not autistic, and he has every quality that the spectrum is so broad, but he has a lot of the same delays. He has a speech and language delay, an impairment. He has sensory needs. He has a very, very short attention span. He has very bad tantrums, and I believe that a lot of the tantrums also have to do with the fact that it's hard for him to express himself in such a short amount of time. When he can go 0 to 100 really quick, and then he just loses it on me. I lose him. Like, he becomes somebody else, and I have to remove him from the situation in a calm way and get to his level and talk to him. And sometimes sometimes it makes me feel like a really bad mom, because I lose it too. And sometimes my husband loses it, right? And this journey, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Being a parent is so hard. And having a child with any kinds of extra needs is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I believe that he was sent to us for a reason. He's the best gift ever.
Huh? Mom.
Where's sister?
Huh?
Where's sister?
The door.
School. All right, so we're going to end this video for now. This is Elijah Daniel. Today is September 25th, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. What's your name?
Eli.
Eli. That's right.
Ma.
Yes.
The wall.
A rope.
Meow.
No, don't put it around your neck.
Mom,
No.
meow, 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 on.
You can, okay, the helmet.
Mom.
All right, say
Mom.
bye to my friends.